Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about the film Woman of Humor, which is a Japanese film produced in 1954. It talks about the owner of a geisha house and then her young daughter returned home, and she had just tried to take her own life. She was really depressed. And then the owner of the geisha house, she called a doctor to check on her daughter. The owner of the geisha house, she had a discreet affair with this young doctor, and she was very much in love with him. And after a while, the doctor found out that the daughter, she tried to take her own life because she had a fiancé. She loved him very much. But when her fiancé found out that her mother was the owner of a geisha house, he no longer wanted to marry her. And then the owner of the geisha house told the doctor to be friendly with her daughter, to try to find out why she was so depressed. After a while, the daughter opened up to the doctor, talked to him, and then he told the mother the reason of her daughter's depression. And of course, when the mother found out about it, she was worried about the feelings of her daughter. And then, as I have just mentioned, the owner of the geisha house and the young doctor, they were having an affair. And the doctor, he wanted to open his own clinic. And then he asked to his lover, the owner of the geisha house, to help him financially to open the clinic. And then she tried to raise money in the best way she could, and she wanted him to have the clinic, and she had the hope that the doctor, despite their difference of age, that they would eventually get married. But what the woman didn't know is that the doctor was getting too friendly with her daughter. To make things worse, the daughter had no idea whatsoever about the affair of her mother and the doctor. One day, the owner of the geisha house, she overheard a conversation between her daughter and the doctor, and she realized that they were having an affair. In the meantime, the daughter, who at first hated the geisha house, didn't talk to any of the girls. She was extremely aggressive, couldn't trust anyone. So slowly she was listening the girls and realized that they came from poor households and that they were good girls. Sure, she didn't like their profession, but she had no right to treat the girls badly. They were good people, and they were in this profession because they didn't have a choice. They lived very unhappy and poor lives. And it was a difficult work at the geisha house. They needed to tolerate drunk people, bad clients, bad treatment. But at the same time, they tried to take things in the most positive way they could. And most of those girls, they relied on the money they earned as a geisha to financially help their own poor families. So she heard about their stories, and she realized that she had no right to judge anyone. And slowly she was helping in the administration of the geisha house. She got closer to the girls. It was a natural process. And unfortunately, at the same time, it was also a natural process that she fell in love with the doctor. The daughter had no idea about the affair of her mom with the doctor. It was the doctor who knew that he was having an affair with both mother and daughter. He was the one who acted wrongly. And then, of course, it would be just a matter of time until the mom realized that her daughter and the doctor were indeed together. And to make things worse, the doctor didn't actually wanted to have his own clinic. He wanted to go to Tokyo to keep studying, but he lied to the mother because he wanted her money and used that money to go to Tokyo with her daughter. And of course, when the mother realized what was happening, it was a huge argument. Then the daughter realized that the doctor was having an affair with her mom. She was extremely insulted that the doctor didn't take her mom's feelings into consideration, and what a scoundrel he was with her mother and the destruction it was bringing to her family. She also felt insulted that even though all that happened, her mom was still begging the doctor to stay and still willing to give money to the doctor. And then, despite all this terrible situation, the doctor still wanted to go to Tokyo with the daughter. He lied, saying that the mother accepted the situation and gave her bless to them. It was a lie. Even after this argument, the mom gave money to the doctor and he accepted. So the daughter realized the scoundrel he was and kicked him out of the household, and told the mom that it wasn't worth it to sacrifice herself for someone who was so bad. And then, of course, the shock was too much for the mother and she fell sick. And then there was no one to run the geisha house. And then the daughter decided to manage the geisha house, and she was going very well. And she was even happy that she could help people there. So after having so many prejudices related to the geisha profession, she realized that she was dealing with people. She understood her mother better. She understood that her mother ran the geisha house because it paid the bills. She was, in a way, being good with the girls too, because they had no other possibility of employment. She was a good boss to the girls. She treated them well. The girls acknowledged that. And then, in the end, it is shown that the daughter probably wouldn't go to Tokyo. She would remain there and help in the geisha house. It's an interesting plot. It has a component there that is always modern. The fact that both women were fooled by the same man, but then they got to get rid of the man and remain united and overcome this blow. And then the daughter, who got rid of her prejudices, who got to be happier, who recovered from her depression, even though the doctor did everything he did. In the end, she was closer to her mother. Then, after the initial shock, her mother recovered. That's all for now, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you!